trying to set up this stream. Oh my goodness gracious. I have to delete 5 live things because they were making me very upset. I don't understand. I can't stream horizontally. Oh, excuse me. Why am I seeing a picture of my face on my screen? I don't want that. I see that every day. I don't need everyone to see me getting mad at YouTube, because that's pretty normal. Okay. I'm gonna make sure this is all set up. Guys, why can't YouTube let me... Wait. It's still working? Or, no, it's not. Oh my gosh. YouTube really just makes me mad. I have serious beef with YouTube. Why am I on a green screen? Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, I'm also listening to myself. That's a little whatever. Okay. I'm done trying to figure out YouTube. It's really making me mad tonight. Let me make a post for the fun of it. I don't go live very often. Oh. Okay. Don't know if anyone will join tonight. Hello. If you're watching the replay, laugh a little bit because that's what I have to do when I watch the replays. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, I've got it. I got a notification that I went live 6 different times. Because I'm so mad at it. Why won't it let me flip the screen? I don't understand. Is YouTube worth it sometimes? No. Okay, let's get to work. I spent too much time being mad at YouTube. Okay. Hello. Sorry, I'm having major beef with YouTube because the last stream I did, I was able to turn my phone sideways. This stream, YouTube is not vibing with it. And I'm hoping I'm not gonna regret this. YouTube. Last time I did a vertical stream, I had problems. Y'all better not have problems. Hello, everybody. Let me censor you guys. Sorry. I'm prepared. Per the norm. Alright, tonight we are doing Toothless. See, this is the problem I have. Hold on. Hello, everybody. Okay. Let's see. I think I have to do bobbles, slip stitch. And the same one. Probably whenever I have to do bobbles and slip stitches in the same stitch, it throws me off so much. Sometimes I have to cheat. I have to use my fingers to help me. 4. Okay. I haven't done a live stream in literally probably a month. Which is actually pretty good. All things considered. because I usually never live stream. During this break, I want to live stream more. I'm going to actually make an attempt to live stream a little bit more than the norm. Okay. Well, if anyone is watching, I hope you guys are having a great day. Hopefully it's sunny and nice where you live because it's pretty crumb here. The sky's been really gray and it's been raining every day. Becoming the new norm. Okay. Alright guys, let's start this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like whenever I start, especially if I have to skip stitches, I always have to count them. Okay. I have this super cute piece of paper, which I guess I should be using these sticky notes for more important things. But this is from Peppercut Studios. I am a huge fan of her. So I have her little sticky note that you can see that I work through the rounds and literally write down the rounds I'm on. Because I know there's just people who have those pushy thingies that they like push the little fidget. I don't have one of those. And honestly, I'd probably lose it. I have too much stuff. Too much. I need to get rid of stuff. Not keep getting stuff. But if you guys have any questions, if there's anybody watching the stream, I don't know. YouTube confuses me sometimes. Feel free to ask them. Right now I am working on a toothless, and this is for a website order. This morning I completed one part of the order, which was a shiny Umbreon. So that part of the order is done. And I have 2 more little creatures to make. I hope I didn't choose a weird time to stream. I honestly was gonna stream earlier today, but my farrier was supposed to come. And he didn't come because something came up. So then I was kind of like, okay, I could have done it when it was sunny outside. I mean, we are in the summer, so it's still light outside. I mean, you can still do things outside right now, but I think you really get the aura, the orange vibe. And once it starts getting to this time, it's like me with recording. I'm always like, it's so orange. Okay. I'm being so focused tonight. 6. The never ending. This skein of sweet smells. All skein are giving me a heart attack. Oh, hello. Oh gosh, trust me, I was like, I have so much that I need to get done. I was like, I shouldn't go live. But then I never go live anymore. Like, it's kind of a monthly thing at this point. So I was like, you know, I should go live. I technically have this break that I should take advantage of. So I did force myself to come on here, but I always feel like I don't stop. I don't shut up. So I don't crochet as much as when well, I don't know, because sometimes I fall asleep when I crochet. So I feel like when I do the live streams and I'm like talking, I don't fall asleep as much. So maybe I am actually more productive when I'm doing those. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Yeah, right now I'm working on a toothless. So like my second toothless. Yeah, it'll be my second toothless, second Life Fury, and then I have my shiny Umbreon over there that I finished this morning. Coin Life. I used to feel the same way. It only gets weird when like you get people who are like, they'll like dive bomb you. And then it's just like I'll just spam or something. Like whenever I first start a stream, I'll get like like some weird people, and I'm like, okay, well, guess that's life. And then once you get through it, it's like okay. Like I feel like I'm not a fancy streamer. There's some people who like really take it really seriously, but I think as everyone knows, if you, of course, watch my videos, I'm not the type of person to dress up for anything. So I just am very chill about my lives. This is whenever I feel like. Hello. Making some oh, I think I think I finally sold a small stitch at my last market. Stitches don't move like super well for me. It's weird. It could just be the pattern I use. Or I like I use, oh my god. Oh, Finnick whatever. I use so many of her patterns. I have used so many. I think like the Winnie the Poohs I use are from her, but the funniest thing is I don't know if anyone actually tests her patterns. I don't think so, because there's always mistakes with them. And like it's so funny because there's always mistakes, and you'll be like sewing something and there's really not much instructions at all. It's really like my type of pattern. It's like wing it, but like it's hard if you're trying to make it the first time, you like don't understand what to do. Yeah, it's so the vertical format is the one with more spam. I kid you not, I've restarted this live 8 times trying to get my phone to decide to do horizontal. The last YouTube live stream I did it horizontal, and YouTube had 0 problems. I was having a full-on beef. I had to delete so many live streams because I was like starting them and unstarting them. So it's vertical that has more spam. But YouTube is just not working with me today. We were having serious beef. Oh, it's Fennec, FENNEC Toys. She's like, I do the Winnie the Pooh, what is it? Like she got Winnie the Pooh, all those guys. I think I have her Winnie the Pooh. She's like a Lilo and Stitch, but they're like minis. Like, oh my gosh. Minis. Like, I don't know. Shorty, how tall are you? You're not speaking. Maybe 8 inches? I don't know. I don't actually know how tall this is. But this is hers. But let me tell you, her patterns can be a little difficult. It's just like sew it here and you're like, okay, but what about anything else? Like it's like sew arm on this round and you're like, okay, and then you do it and then it's like no, my best one, the best one I've seen from her so far has just been like sew ears on head, sew head to body, sew arms to body. And I'm like, okay, I like a challenge. Like, girl, give me a little bit more to work off of. But her patterns are cute. I mean, like, all of the Winnie Pooh characters I do are from her. So, I mean, they turn out to be a decent size. And Shorty, you got fuzzies. You got problems. But yeah, they all turn out to be, like, a good size. Because I'm trying to stay away from, like, doing huge patterns for, like, Stitch and Lilo. Because, like, I have so many people who love them, but they just do not want to pay for them stitches in my area. It'd be like, they just don't want them. I still have my really large Stitch, which in my defense, I really should drop down the price. And I should drop down the price of Lilo. Because honestly, at this point, I can't stand to look at them anymore. Every time I see them in my bag, I'm like, girl, you gotta leave. But I keep forgetting to lower the price. So I gotta drop the price. And then I'm just probably gonna keep making the mini ones because I don't see like the point in making the big ones. Or until my yarn comes in, because honestly, I cannot be bothered to work with Sweet Snuggles Light half the time. And especially if it's crappy Sweet Snuggles Light, because it's like, my hands can't take it. Yeah, it can be so hit or miss with the big ones. Yeah, it's really funny. I did that market this past weekend, and the market was like, it's funny because like the overall amount of money is like on par with some of the markets I've done, but then if you like actually broke it down by the fact that it was like a 2-day market, the hours, it's really not that good. Like, I make what I made in 2 days that I can make in like 1 day typically. So, but it was really funny because Sunday I sold, I don't even know, I could probably look on my notes app. I think I sold like 15 things, 10 things. Like, it was just like, but the things that sold were all big. It was so confusing because on Saturday, all I got told was how expensive everything is and da 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 da, and like, what were the good ones? I always hear people, I always laugh how people will literally tell you to your face, and I'm like, okay, chill, girl, chill. Especially my big plushies. I'm like, girl, you don't even understand how much time and material. So it was funny though, because like I think Sunday I sold like my one of my Jester Dragons. I still have my pink Jester Dragon. She's over there on the shelf. I sold my Jester Dragon. I sold Sonic. I sold Umbreon. I sold, oh, my axolotl kitten, which that was a really big piece. And then like Saturday was just like a little questionable. I don't know. The whole market was questionable. I am probably never doing that market again if I'm going to be 100% honest. Honestly, I have not recorded a YouTube video in a hot minute. Well, I should correct that by saying I have been doing a lot of short form content because short form is just like so easy for me to record and edit. Like, I literally do like come upstairs in the morning. I come upstairs, I just like sit down here. I throw on a beanie because I did like literally just shave my head, so I know not everyone appreciates my haircut, so I do wear beanies so people can't see my hair. But I just come up here, I like sit down, I record a minute-long video just talking about what I did. Like, I finished up this custom order, or this website order, I should say, just for this whale shark and everything. So like tomorrow I'll wake up, I'll record the video, and while I'm eating breakfast, I record I like edit the video, and then I post it. It has been so easy to do short form content that way. Like, and my subscribers have gone up so much since I started doing short form content. But long form, I have been seriously slacking. I'm hoping I'll get back into it. Like, I need to get back into it, but I feel like half the time I just feel like my life is so boring that it's boring to me. So really, I'm dragging my. I was too, but what I would say with short form content is like, don't overcomplicate it. I think before I started posting, like, I've gained like, literally, I think I was posting like a couple. I don't even know. I can actually look at my channel analytics. I have gained way more subscribers in this really short period of time doing short form content than I did like long form. Let's see, analytics. And I can say on TikTok in particular, I have gained like a lot more. I think I had just under 1,000 like a couple, like 2 months ago. And then once I got into doing short form, I got like 700 followers or something. TikTok, well, today has been sucking at TikTok. I don't know what's up with TikTok, but I do post like 3 or 4 times on TikTok. Just because I just like post anything. I'm like, here's a photo of a plushie. I don't overcomplicate things. I also learned if you go in CapCut, you can import photos into CapCut and then they'll turn it into like a video. So I'll do that where I always record a video of my plushies when I have new exciting ones. And then I'll take all the photos and also put it in a CapCut and a collage, and then it turns it into like a 15-second video, and then I'll post that as well. And sometimes those videos like blow up and I'll get like 4 or 5,000. They're literally just pictures, but it's just like I turned it into like a video. So I just try not overcomplicate short form that much. Like, I just make it easy. And then I have CapCut Pro, so then when I go to edit in the morning, I just put captions on it and cut, because I like to cut sounds out and everything. And yeah, then I just post on TikTok, put the audio in the background that I want from TikTok, and then post it to YouTube. It takes maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It'd be great if I could batch record, but I really suck at that. Yeah, yeah, I know. I hadn't shaved my head yet in a long time, and then I finally shaved it yesterday, and it is so cold here in Georgia. Like, I shouldn't say that. It's colder. It's like 50 something, and it's been raining so much. It's actually insane. It rained so much today that and it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and it's supposed to rain Thursday, and it's supposed to rain Friday. My ring is a goner. I mean, luckily my horse is hurt, so it's not like I can do anything. He got hurt literally the Friday before the market. So it's not like I can really do anything, but like, what am I supposed to do? I know. That's why I mean, I shouldn't say anything. I'm always in a sweatshirt. But it's definitely was cold. I was like, oh, my shaved head can't handle this. Hello, cute stitches. So luckily, some of the rain has actually been waiting off until like the afternoon. You know, I turn out my horses at 5 a.m. So it can be like I can bring them in at 9 a.m., but they've already been out for 4 hours. So it's not usually too bad. I did bring them in early today because they were all psychotic. Partially because it was just so cold. It was like 50 something. It was really windy and it was kind of like misting. And so because it's been hot, we've already had like multiple days in the 90s and everything. Some of my boarders actually shaved their horses. So I did end up having to bring them in early because they were acting so bad, and we've had so much rain that they were like slipping and falling outside, and it was absolutely terrifying. I was like, girl, I am like, oh my god. And with my horse being hurt, I'm like, you can't be running around. It was really scary. So I'm hoping that tomorrow, I think I'm hoping tomorrow they get to go outside the full time. And then I'm hoping, I think by Saturday it's supposed to get back to like hopefully normal Georgia weather. I'm sick of this. I am currently making a toothless. This is for a website order. I got a website order in for a shiny Umbreon, Light Fury, and then Night Fury, toothless, you know, the whole thing. I have that order. I'm also working on a I don't know if I ever made a video because like I said, I'm so behind on recording, guys. I had gotten contacted by a company to design their logo into a plushie or their mascot or something. And this was back 4 weeks ago, and they needed like 4 of them, and they gave me a week to do it. And I was like, but I can't. I had the market coming up. I had just like so much going on, and I was like, I really can't design a plushie and make 4 of them in a week because like I wouldn't do that for anybody. I'm sorry. If it's a plushie, like if it was a pattern that I had like ready made, I could probably whip it out because I do hate myself a little bit to the point where I do like to do that type of stuff and like push myself to the edge of like insanity. It's a daily occurrence. But because I was designing it, I had sent them 2 drafts. Wait, I sent them 1 draft, or I had one that I made I did not like. So I was like, second one I made, it, I was kind of like, I don't know if it's like quite right, but I finished it. They didn't like it. So then I had to make a 3rd one, and the 3rd one finally got approved. But by that point, I was already 3 days in. And I was like, girl, I can't. So I also am working on finishing up theirs because I like really need to get this done. So I have 2 bodies here. Oh my gosh, two balls, I guess. And I have arms and everything. So they're like little monster things. I think they're pretty much just like balloon monsters. Hoping to have that done by this weekend. I have a special custom order clubs. I'm so excited to make him. It's for actually a YouTube subscriber, which I think is so awesome. And it's going to be a sad Victorian style clubs. So he's going to be black and white. We're going to have some gray accents. I'm still trying to decide what I want to paint for the eyes. I want to do something kind of like creepy or like something weird. And thinking about getting black and white polka dots to go around his neck and everything. So I'm super excited to start that one. I absolutely love making clubs. It's just like my koi fish dragon I just did. It was a pain to do all the color changes, but they're definitely pieces that like when it's done, I'm like, oh my God, I love it. So I'm super excited to make clubs. Besides that, I have a reindeer. Oh my gosh, please. I can't even think about Christmas. I have a deer that I'm going to be making, and it's by Marie Stuffies is the pattern I'm going to use. I've done pattern testing for her in the past for her Vulpix, so I'm quite familiar with her style. I have to make a horse. This is actually from somebody else had purchased a memorial piece for a horse and had given this horse to their friend, and then the friend ended up contacting me about a month ago. It was before the market because I told them I'd do it after the market, but they had contacted me and asked me if I could make another memorial piece because sadly their other horse had passed away. So I have to do that. I have a corgi I need to do for one person. I have another portrait horse. I'm finalizing the details on a custom guinea pig. That's a memorial piece for somebody's guinea pig. And then another person I've got, they want 5 to 6 sea creatures. Don't quite know what that means. So I just have a lot of things going on. And pattern testing. Y'all, they couldn't keep me away from pattern testing for too long. They'd have to pry that out of my hands. And of course, oh my gosh, I gotta sit back because my back is actually killing me. And of course I still have market prepping. I don't know, guys, I'm waiting to hear back from these 2 markets I have. I really want to do them, but I really don't want to do them. Like, I want to do them, but I'm like, this could go bad really fast. Oh, I feel like Clubs doesn't look that creepy because I gave him like sad eyes. The pattern actually has like I think it's called a Browler hat. Like, it's more of a hat opposed to a clown or like a party hat. I think if I had given them that, he would look much meaner. To me, he just looks sad and depressed, and I feel like I vibe with Clubs. Like, I'm a clown too. We're on the same wavelength, same emotions. Me and Clubs are kindred souls at this point. So I'm like really excited to make this one. This subscriber had contacted me like previously and had asked, but then finally we got like the details sorted out. I updated my website. Only took me 2 years to do that. But I updated my website to make it easier to like order things, and I'm so excited to make it. It's definitely like, I would say I get like where I rank my excitement pieces, that is definitely on the top. Probably use Honey Bunny with it. I'm not gonna use Sweet Snuggles because well, first of all, me and Sweet Snuggles beef half the time, and it would turn out massive. The one I made in Premiere turned out to be about 2 feet tall. So if I can add more things, I'm certain I will. I really want to try and make a pattern, but I don't know. I do have my monster, but I feel like he's a little bit more sewing than most people would appreciate, which of course I don't mind sewing, but I know other people don't enjoy it as much. Oh my gosh, come on. All of the barn cats are doing great. Although today, Bunny was sneezing a lot, or like sneezing a good deal more than normal, so I'm hoping she just has allergies. They do spend a lot of time like up in my ceiling that is pretty dusty, so it kind of makes sense. I'll have to see how she's doing tomorrow. The hard thing, of course, is like they're feral cats, so it's so hard to give them like medications and stuff, even if, so I'm just hoping she just got some dust up in her nose. I guess we'll see tomorrow. And then it's so funny, Bumble, my black cat, she and her sister Bunny are like more of the feral ones, like true ferals. Bumble, all of a sudden, like 2 days ago, I feel like I finally rubbed off on her, and she finally realized that like I'm good, and she's actually been coming up to me on occasion. Like, it's still hit or miss, and she like rubs up on me, and I can now like pet her from like head to tail without food. I used to always have to use one of those like squeezy thingies, and then I would just like do two fingers on her head and pet her that way, but she's like all for petting now. Only me can touch her. Now her sister Bunny, it's gonna take a while. She is definitely a lot more aggressive, I guess you would say. I mean, I know what she's gonna do. She just like swats at you and hisses, and I don't care. They all do that when they have their moments. But I also think Bunny has vision issues. She gets this like, I actually looked this up. Same thing. It's like, it's not something that necessarily is like treatable, but it's cats have what, like 3 eyelids or something, and so sometimes her like 3rd eyelid will stay out, if that makes sense. Like, you know, her eye will be here, and then like it will stay like halfway, her 3rd eyelid, and then she blinks and she blinks, and then it will retract fully. So I don't know how much of it is like she doesn't like people, or if she just doesn't have like the best vision. But I can do the same thing where I have like treats, and I can squeeze the little treats, the little liquid ones, and she'll like let me pet her as long as she has food. She's not interested if I don't have food. So I feel like I could work her down. But same thing, she like her and her sister Bumble are just not gonna let anybody touch them. It's probably just gonna be me because I spend so much time with them too, trying to make sure they get used to it, because I want to be able to put like I have the medicine, but like flea medication on them and everything. So I want to make certain I can at least touch them to the point where I could put meds and everything on them. I don't think it's so hard because like even with my cats, like Honey and Bee are much better. But even then, I don't even think like you can't hold them. You can't grab them. Like you could pet them, but they don't want to do anything other than that. So they are all doing good. Bumble's just super attached to me now. There's just this awakening that she just like can't walk around the barn without me being by her side. Which I just find it funny because she used to hiss at me all the time. So she's finally had her aha moment. Let's see. Okay. But if you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask. Because who knows when I'm going live again. Maybe never. Yeah, I feel like cats are just like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm more of a cat maybe person. I don't know. I have like 5 dogs. And I have lots of cats and horses, so I can't say anything. But cats are definitely like cats remind me a lot of horses. Oops, I just dropped my thing. Never mind. Cats remind me a lot of horses in like the regards that like you have to pick your battles, because like you can't just like, you're not getting your way. They're not gonna listen to you. I am gonna try and remember to do a market recap. I did write down everything that I sold. So it wasn't that it was a bad, no, I don't know. If you watch my market recaps, I feel like everyone knows about the amount that I make per market, which is typically between like 15 to about 35 per market, but typically those are single day events, right? This market, I made just barely over 2, which is great. Don't get me wrong. That is absolutely amazing. But it's spread over 2 days. So Saturday was okay. Sunday was rough. I mean, like, I think I maybe sold 10 things. Like, literally, I made $200 on Sunday. I've made that in a single day event that I only vended for 5 hours before. And when you like break down the hours to the amount, it's not good. Especially because it was a 2-day event. I don't like to do 2-day events unless they're for like a really big market. I think the hours were 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, and then 11 to 5 p.m. on Sunday. And I, of course, since I run my barn and everything, there's like so many more factors to it. This was about an hour drive for me. It was in Woodstock. I'm in Cumming, so it was about an hour drive, which added like a little bit more to it all. And then I, of course, had to get barn help for 2 days, which I pay my barn help extremely well because I want them to keep showing up and working for me. So by like the time you took out the expenses, it was kind of like, granted, I will say this event was supposed to be Mother's Day weekend. It got moved to Memorial Day weekend because Mother's Day weekend was crumb here. And honestly, I would have dropped out anyway if they had still held it on Memorial Day weekend or Mother's Day, because it literally like rained and was so windy. I mean, it was horrible. So I would have dropped out anyway. But the original date with the original vendor list, there was like 96 vendors in total. 10, including me, were crochet vendors. 10? I mean, 10 vendors were crochet people out of 96. That's actually crazy. I mean, I do a lot of events where there's typically 4 crochet vendors, 5 crochet vendors, but those are typically like one of them I do always has 4 or 5 crochet vendors besides me, which is okay, like whatever. I don't love it, but it's like 150 vendors. So everything is so much more able to be spread out, and also it's spread out. My row alone had like 3 crochet vendors. Like I was across from a crochet vendor, and then there's another crochet vendor, and then like the thing. So yeah, when I read that originally, I was like gonna possibly drop out just because I was like 10 crochet vendors. That's absolutely crazy. I've never had that happen before. I remember last year this event had a ton of crochet vendors because I was like, oh my god, like my neighbor was like, I literally was staring across from a crochet vendor. 2 things down was a crochet vendor. So I remember there being a lot of crochet vendors. I don't remember there being 10. I remember there being 6. So I was quite surprised, especially since this was supposed to be a juried event. I kind of don't believe that. Needless to say, some of them did drop out. So Sunday and Saturday, we only had 64 vendors show up. And I believe 5 or 6 of them was crochet vendors, which is like, why can't we find other people? That's my thing. So I probably will not be doing this market again. It was actually my best market that I had last year as a whole. As an individual day, maybe not, because I've definitely had some single day events that have done like extremely well for me, but as like a 2-day event, it did super well. But yeah, so it was just like and the people were not good. The kids were not good. If you guys don't know, which this might be surprising, I don't like kids. It's so funny because people are like, well, you crochet and everything. And I'm like, yeah, but I grew up doing summer camp every single weekend. I do not get, well, kids love me. I do not love kids. And man, there's just something about sitting outside for hours and hours, and then you're like already feeling pretty crumb, and then you have all these disrespectful children run up to you and throw your stuff on the ground. I had literally have so many plushies that are covered in Georgia red clay because kids were just coming up, grabbing everything, and then throwing them on the ground. I was like, what the actual... So, it's not quite my vibe. Especially since they have us like on a field. And I was not on the field, I was on concrete, but because it rained, all of the Georgia red clay from the grass around us all went into my area. So by Sunday, I was quite ticked off. I was showing my true colors, and I was being really mean. Not really mean. I was just being like super strict. Every time a child would come into my tent, I'd be like, no touch, no touch. Because they also had a cotton candy vendor and a popsicle vendor. So kids would come into my booth covered from head to toe in sugar, red sugar, because they were eating cotton candy the size of like their heads. So they would come drenched, and then they would touch everything, or they would like, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to take a kid out or something. Like, this is crazy. So luckily, by Sunday, I was a lot meaner. I put every white plushie close to me. I actually started wrapping up some of my plushies in like plastic or whatever, to keep them away from them grubby little hands. And I started tying up my plushies. Because there are certain plushies that I don't care what I do, they will always run away. Because the child grabs them and takes off, and I have to run after a child in the market. Always. Flamingos and any of my big expensive pieces. It's like children just can't help themselves. They just run up there, they grab it, and then they take off. And I'm like, oh my god. This is like, I don't know. So I was quite done with it. Of course, I don't have a market now till September, so I'm like, what am I gonna do? Hello Judy. How is your Okay guys, I feel like the last time I did a live, I was like having a midlife crisis, which I am always having a midlife crisis. Let's get that out of the way. It would not be me if I was not having a crisis. Like, I live in a constant state of stress. It's just my life. So I actually have a video that I recorded that I really want to edit, but then I went off on a absolutely like a really, really long tangent about the yarn. Because it was pre-tariff or pre-reduced tariff, and I went off. So I'm like, I don't know if I should still edit that video and still post it, because it does have me like talking about the tariffs. So let me know, would you guys want to still see it? Because it's like, I like showed off all my favorite things that I've made recently, all my big patterns. But it does have me going off into a tangent. So if you guys want to still see it, I will edit it because it wasn't too crazy long. It was like still, it would be like a 17-minute video by the time I edited down. But yeah, I went off on it. I was feeling very strong about my opinions. I'm not really a confrontational, like, strong opinion person, but sometimes I really get into it, and that was one of them. That was definitely, I went off on it. So basically, I can't remember, what was it? Was it like 2 weeks ago the tariffs dropped down to 30%? Which still sucks. Let me tell you. Still sucks because before it was 10%. 30%. Ay. This really hurts my hearty achy. But the yarn was already completely manufactured. It was literally sitting, it's been literally sitting for weeks in the warehouse. And just been sitting because I told my manufacturer, I was like, look, I can't pay 145% tariff. Like, I was literally going to have to pay $20,000, I mean, over $20,000 on tariffs alone. That doesn't include customs. That doesn't include the extra expense because there's like fentanyl tax. There's all this other type stuff, right? So that was just the tariff. I was paying over close to 20. That didn't include manufacturing. That didn't include actually shipping it over here. And so I was quite pissed off because I think everyone knows, like, really it's just me, and then my mother helps me a ton. We are just like the dynamic duo. We have always worked together. I think I've been working with her since I was 13. We get along really well. We have very similar personalities, and so it's just me and her, right? But I'm like the one funding this, and horses don't really have a lot of money, right? Like, so I'm not like doing great. I just get by. So when I decided to do all this type stuff with the yarn, I was like, okay, this is a massive investment. This is literally taking the same amount of money that I could go invest into this yarn. I could take that same money and go invest in a horse to sell. So I was like, which one do I do? Like, this is uncharted territory with the yarn. Horses, I have a little bit better understanding, but the last couple ones have been crumb for me because of people lying to me before purchasing, aka Sloan and some other horses I've had. So, you know, it was just kind of this whole thing, but I was finally like, okay, I'm gonna try. I was like, I'm gonna take a really big step for me and do this yarn because I've actually been working on this for so long. In my little yarn room over there. I actually have all the original samples that I got from the first, like, I did batches of manufacturers trying things. I've been working on this for probably 10, 11 months. I've been trying manufacturers, I've been talking to people, getting costs. A lot of people just like didn't provide me with anything that I really liked. And so then finally, right? Finally, I feel like I went through the dark web trying to find this person. But I finally found someone who's willing to like work with me. You know, as good as communication can be when you're talking to someone whose first language isn't English, but I'm pretty good at deciphering this because I have had a lot of Korean friends over time. So I kind of understand the language barrier a little bit and can figure out the broken English. So we got it done. And finally I got the first samples in. This would be, it was right before Christmas because I think it was like beginning of December, end of November, because I definitely remember it being before Christmas because I remember freaking out over Christmas, being like, oh my god, I need to get payments, I need to try and find this money, like all this type stuff. And went through that. I think I mentioned this before, it took me forever to get the money, partially because I did have to go out and like get a loan and everything. And of course, banks don't like me because my age. They just are not comfortable lending me money because of my age, even though I have taken loans out before and I'm not like, not that young, 24, so I'm not a baby, but they just were not comfortable with lending me money, even though I have a good, very good credit score. So finally, by the time I got the funds for the yarn, I mean, I went to literally every bank I could find. Private banks, small banks, large banks. I was looking at credit cards, just like anything you could think of. Angel investors, I was looking at everything. So finally, got everything figured out. I was so excited. I can't tell you the stress I went through doing an international wire transfer to a bank that was kind of sketch. Trying to find it on Bank of America was a real sketch, but it did go through for the first deposit. I was so happy. Got the colors figured out, got the amounts figured out, and then like things are rolling, things are getting there because it took me a really long time to get the financial side figured out, and by the time like the wire transfer took a week and a half or something. So by that point, it was end of February. Sent the money. Things kind of get rolling. All of a sudden, the tariffs changed. I about cried. No, I did cry. I was just like in distress about this whole thing. And because, it kept climbing. And at first I was like, okay, 30%, okay, 50%. And then I was like, oh my god, how do we go from like this to like 145%? That was actually absolutely insane. And then by the time I sat down and like calculated things, I was like 20,000. Like I had to work my butt off begging people for the initial amounts, and then all of a sudden it's like I was like, I physically literally cannot pay this. Like I would have to go work the street or something. I don't, like I don't know how I could do it. I'd have to partake in illegal activities or something. Like there's just no way. Even with all my investment stuff, I would have to go like work the corner. I don't know. So finally, I contacted my manufacturer multiple times. I was like, okay, maybe I just need to drop this. Maybe I need to cancel the shipment. I was like, I cannot do this because it's just me paying everything. And they kept telling me, they're like, okay, well, we'll wait. I was like, okay, if you're certain, you'll wait. So it's been sitting for a while. So this is like what? It's May 27th. It's been sitting in the warehouse since end of April. And I told them that. They're like, you're fine. Other people aren't shipping out their yarn either, so we can wait and everything. So luckily they held it, and I kept texting them. I sent them my last deposit. They were like, good, we'll just keep holding it. Of course, the price went up, so that sucked too, because I was like, oh, It went up a couple more thousand. Thanks, honey. Um, so finally, like, got it paid, had a few cries. The tariff dropped to 30%. I was like, oh my God, I have to go. I was like, I have to get things figured out because I knew it was going to happen. It is happening where people, like, all of a sudden, because the tariffs did drop, everyone is just like going crazy because the tariffs or whatever, what is it on hold for like 90 days or something? So you have like all these people running to order things. Luckily, I was already done, so mine was just waiting to go. Order things, get things shipped over. I was not the only one holding all my stuff waiting. And so that whole thing happened, and then the moment the tariffs dropped, I think I was texting my girl, and then I decided I wanted to use a forwarding company opposed to me personally handling all the customs and agencies and getting everything together with the shippers, because I was like, well, they have people who are qualified and they do this all the time. I have zero interest handling anything regarding customs and getting in trouble with the IRS and everything. I was like, no thanks. So I got like the freight forwarders together, all this type of stuff. That ended up being more expensive, and it is going to continue to get more expensive. So I was like, okay. I was like, girl, take my credit card, do your charge or whatever on it. And so, long story short, the yarn is at the port. I've shed many tears about this, mainly the financial side. It's really difficult for me because, like, I'm like literally investing everything I have to this. So that's part of it's kind of scary because it's like everything I have is still not enough. So so I'm like, okay, any website orders I can get, anything like that is literally just going to this. So the yarn is supposed to ship out on the wild, wild, wild ocean on the 31st. So what is that, like 4 days? Yeah. 4 days, I think, because it got to the port on Saturday and had to go through customs clearance and everything. And I can't remember what the port is. Whatever port it's at. It had to go through all the custom clearance there. So, yeah, it will be crossing the ocean on the 31st. Expected date, I do have an ETA. Let me pull up my thing because I can't remember off the top of my head. Honestly, like, it feels like it's gonna be so long until it comes, but I feel like with how, like, the world works, it's really not gonna be that long. That's even more scary. So yeah, it ships out the 31st from there, and then the arrival time is going to be July 17th is kind of what they're giving me, is when it'll arrive here. So, which is a lot of fun. I mean, I have a feeling that, like, I'll need like a couple days to like sort things because I'm not even kidding. It's 18,000 skeins. No, actually, they're sending me more than 18. I actually have photos. I have to. So you guys are on my phone. Let me see if I can. I think I can pull it up on my like computer and like just flip it for you guys to see. But it is a ton. It is literally it's 2,000 kgs. What's that mean? Isn't that how many tons is that? Oh, 2.2 tons. I mean, it's big. It's hefty. It's a lot of yarn. So it's gonna be really stressful because, like, I don't have a warehouse situation. The warehouses around me wanted to charge like $2,000, and I was like, y'all, no. And so then I was looking at doing a storage facility, right? I'm still gonna end up having to do a storage facility. But the storage facility was like being a pain because they were like, oh, well, if you get something dropped off, it has to be like completely unloaded in an hour. And I was like, it's literally 190 boxes. I don't think I can unload that in an hour. And then they were like, oh, we gotta charge more. I was like, you're giving me a problem. So what I think I decided to do, I think I've decided that I have my office in my barn, right? It's not the biggest space ever, but it's actually it's a decent size, and it's just full of so much stuff. Like so much stuff that I have not used in probably 15 years. I have stuff in that room that is from like my original horse that I owned when I was 4. So it's 20 years old and I have not touched it in 20 years. So I'm gonna start clearing out my tack room or my office for like my barn stuff, and I just need to get rid of things. I have like 100 blankets. I maybe use 2 blankets a year. So I need to go through, get rid of things, clean it. I mean, it's literally, by the time I'm done with it, we'll have my saddle, Sloan's bridle. I don't keep my saddle pads in there. I don't keep my helmet in there, my girth. So it's really not going to have that much stuff at all in there. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to also convert that into like the office space for the yarn brand is called Naughty Pony. You guys got to get this. So I ended up deciding to do Naughty Pony because I was really stuck between names, right? I was just struggling. A girl was struggling. There were so many options. There was a few options that I really liked, but it was like too long. Like hooves and hues. Like I didn't want something that was like a huge mouth twist. So Naughty Pony was definitely high on the list when I was originally figuring it all out, and there was a few others that were there, but I felt like those were like too, like you'd have to be a horse person to get it because it was like not what, I don't even know, like not straight enough. Like you like would have to kind of know things to understand it, versus Naughty Pony was on the list, right? I was up here minding my own business, trying to figure out the name, and Freya and her little bestie, 2 Bits, were outside, and my god, Freya was being an actual evil horse. And she was chasing 2 Bits all over the place. And I was talking to my mom because we were sewing or whatever, and I was like, oh my god, she is so naughty. And then we both looked at each other and we were like, I think we've got it. Because I had Naughty Pony on the list, and then I was like, my god, Freya is so bad. Like, she is so naughty to 2 Bits because she's like so big and so much younger. And that's just kind of how we ended up deciding it, because Traveling Pony, like the whole point of that was Sloan. Like that's why I made it originally. It was originally a blog and a podcast that I had for the equestrian community, where I would, my podcast side of it, I would get guests, I would get judges, I would get vets, I would get farriers. I would just get all these people from the community in the industry, and I would sit down and do interviews with them. I would do things to help promote their business. I worked with a few like fashion companies, a few social media companies. I actually worked for social media companies for content creation as well. So that whole thing like originally was for Sloan. It was when Sloan first got hurt, and then when I started crocheting, I carried it over because it just seemed right. And I was like, Traveling Pony. Oh, I traveled around doing shows. I traveled around doing this. Pony being Sloan. And when it was time to figure out this, I was like, okay, well, I kind of wanted to have some type of connection to Freya because the original is for Sloan, but I also wanted to keep Pony because I was like, Traveling Pony's the big thing, and then Naughty Pony's a part of it. So I wanted to keep Pony in the name. So that's how we kind of got Naughty Pony. Is it was like, oh, Freya's, she's just so bad out there. which I think it's really, I wanted short, not too big, because I didn't want it to be like a tongue twist or like anything too heavy in your mouth. Like Sweet Snuggles Light, it's too, or like Chanel Home Slim, I never call it that because it's just like so big and so like too much. So I wanted it short, sweet. But let me show you guys. Okay, this isn't all of the yarn. Oh my gosh. How do I turn this? Okay, this is only some of it. Can you see? That's what my manufacturer sent me, and I was like, girl, there's still like 5 more rolls. Still 5 more rolls. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So, yeah, this is, I wish I could get a photo of me, like, in there, because I'd love to see me compared to these boxes, because, like, each box, I think, is about 15 kg, so each box holds, like, I don't know, it's like 150, it's like 150 skeins of yarn per box. Like, literally, I have to get 2 delivery trucks, because one is too small. I thought that was funny. Yeah, so it just keeps going, like, you can kind of see. It's, like, here, and then back here, it just keeps going that way. So I thought that was really cute. I literally opened that message. It was on May 7th that I got this message at 3:20 in the morning. Good thing I don't sleep, because I have to talk to these people at, like, 1 a.m. So I got that message, and I literally screamed and threw my phone across the room, because I was like, oh my god, this is way more than I thought. Let me show you the label. Oh, well, I guess, should I show you? No, I'll show you the yarn. I'll show you the label, sorry. So, like, here's an example. Can you see the yarn? It's really pretty. It's, like, not terracotta. It's kind of terracotta-ish, but it's, like, a little bit brighter. Yes, queen. I also have some of the blues. Scroll. Oh, look at this. This is just, like, this blue is so stitch. That is crazy. It's so pretty. You guys, I'm such a blue person, so you, like, know I had to go for the blues. In total, there's 12 colors for the original line, and it's, oh my gosh. Let me see. Hold up. Somebody bought something, but I have no idea what they bought. When do I have a capybara? I don't have a capybara. What up? Somebody bought a capybara, but I don't recall ever having a Oh, okay. Do I even have that color anymore? Like, oopsie. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, colors. I'm all over the place. Let me pull up my packaging slip. I just had to send all this over to the person today, so I should have it so I can give you the color names and you guys can guess the vibes. I feel so bad because it's like so food related. I'm just that girl. Okay, guess the colors. First one, apricot. We have apricot. Guess what color? Orange. Lime, which of course is green. Now it is a little bit of like a brighter-ish green. I kind of went for a little bit more saturated tones, but I'm hoping that like this will just like expand, and I'm just gonna have so many colors that I'll have to get a warehouse. Cotton candy, of course, kind of like a pale pink, very beautiful. Blue raspberry is the one I showed you guys. So you have seen blue raspberry. Chocolate, of course, chocolate. Caramel is the one that's like giving terracotta. But I actually called it Brick originally, and then I was like, everything is literally named after food. So I was like, it can't be Brick. Lemon, of course, you guys know we're going for yellow. Strawberry, duh, red. Lavender, lavender. Heather, it's like kind of, I don't know how to explain it. Like kind of like a light gray, like not deep gray. White, black. I mean, pretty straightforward. So there's 12 colors to start off with. And I think I have, I'm looking at my thing, like, girl, that's way too many cartons. But I think it'll be 1,000 something per color to start off with. And then my hope is that, like, just over time, I'm just gonna grow it. I have, like, let me show you guys. Oh my god, I feel like I'm 100 years old. Where am I? Okay. So there's like some other different yarns that I was looking at manufacturing this time around, but I think I'll do it like in the future because if everything goes well, I want it to be like premiere. I would just want to go crazy with the colors. Every color on the rainbow and more. But this was also another style of yarn that I was looking at manufacturing, and then I told them I needed to just like hold off on manufacturing it to begin with. Can you see? Okay, so like, I don't know, have you guys worked with, is it Pipsqueak? Yeah, I think Pipsqueak, where it's like kind of fuzzy, but it's super soft. It's really soft. So, this was kind of something that I was like, okay, maybe in the future I will look at manufacturing this, because they did send me a size up to be like Sweet Snuggle size, but I honestly have zero interest in using Sweet Snuggles, so I don't quite feel the need to like invest in manufacturing that per se. But that yarn also kind of has my heart because it's like really soft and really pretty. I got a few different colors of it. Also this really beautiful light blue, and can you even get, like, Pipsqueak is so hard to find. I used the gray a few times, but like they just don't have that many color choices in Pipsqueak. Let me see if I can find the actual label. Oh my gosh. Oh, I also have an Instagram, but I haven't posted about it yet. I have like had all this information for so long, but I like didn't want to like go crazy about like advertising it, because especially before with the tariffs and everything, I just had like zero clue what was gonna actually happen. So I didn't want to go crazy on sharing things because I was afraid. I'm always afraid, but I was really afraid. Okay, where is the, yeah, a girl needs to stop taking so many photos. Like, there's just too many photos on this. There's so many photos on my phone of just random things. It can't be that long ago that I made this. So I think, okay, thank you, Venmo. I think probably what I'll end up doing is like, please leave me alone. I'll probably, somebody keeps messaging me. I will probably, can I get the sentence out of my head? I will probably open it up for, like, I'll have an email list and everything. Oh, and also, you know what the cool thing is? Because is Sweet Snuggles even like this? Like, give me a moment. No, they don't even say it. This yarn is, like, it went through testing. I got a whole certificate for it, right? OEKO Tex, whatever, standard 100. So it's gone through, like, the certification and everything. Even Sweet Snuggles doesn't list that out. Like, I have it literally. Let me show you. Let me show you. On my label. Where is she? Okay. Here you go. I found it! Let's start from this side. Okay, so see, we got the little textile thing. This is the side. Let's scroll. There we go. This is the main logo. So still keeping in theme with Traveling Pony Studios. Like, we got the gorgeous colors. I wanted to still keep cool tones. Y'all know I'm a blue person. I don't like anything crazy. But I got all these, like, little horseshoes in the background because I wanted to still keep it in theme with the horses, right? And then this is just having Traveling Pony on the side. And then that will be the website when I finish it. When I finish it. But yes, girl, she's so pretty. I love it. And then the horseshoes are just like, I think I did same colors of my logo. Oh my god, my computer screen's so dirty. I think I just did same colors. Light blue, gray, and then that darker blue. But it's so pretty. I love it. Oh my gosh, look. I just saw my loops and knots crochet. See? Look, there's your giraffe. I literally was doing the pattern testing as I was doing, right when I had this going on. So that's funny that I pulled up magenta giraffe right there. So yes, I'm so excited to have the yarn here. I can't wait. I literally can't wait because Sweet Snuggles is really ticking me off. I know everyone keeps saying that it's going to come back, but I feel like it's not. Like, I feel like if Sweet Snuggles was going to come back, wouldn't we have heard something? It's definitely not going to come back until after the tariff is done because I'm fairly certain. Where is it even manufactured? Okay, so it is made in Turkey. I was going to say, because either yarn is made in Turkey or it's made in China. There's two options. There's no other options. But I just feel like if it was going to come back, wouldn't it? Wouldn't we have heard something? It's literally been how long? I'm not keeping my hopes up on Sweet Snuggles Light. But the good thing is this is literally the exact same size. And where I have the sample yarn, some of it. It's not the exact, oh, look guys, let's go over here. Oh my gosh, my room's a mess. We're going, look, I put up some of my plushies again. There he is, my boy. Let's go in here. Oh my gosh, you can see my little yarn area. I redid it. Okay, slay. We have part of the yarn wall. This is Sweet Snuggles, but I haven't redone it because it makes me mad. Oh my gosh. Look, this is half of the premiere. This is more Sweet Snuggles. I don't have a problem. Okay, this is more premiere. I just added this the other day. Do you like it? This is Honey Bunny. Slay. Elise Veludo. No, not Elise Veludo. Elise Softy is all here. And feels like bliss. Feels like bliss. I almost have, well, I have 1, 2, 5 more boxes over there that doesn't have a home. But this is what I'm here to show you. Not that. Even though it's really pretty. I actually put time in it. Okay. Let me put you guys back down. Okay. This was the original sample that I received, so I can show you the textures. Put it down. Now, I'm not doing this Christmas red. It's an option that if I wanted to in the future, but I was like, do people like Christmas red? Like, it's kind of like rhubarb and Chanel, whatever. A key. Can you see? I don't know. There we go. But look at this, guys. Let's try. This is the end. Oh, you gotta pull it so hard. Like, look. Oh my gosh. Yeah. She don't budge. If we can make it break. Girl, it leaves indents in my hands before it wants to break. So, like, let's see. I always said, like, if you can, like, I don't magic circle. I'm sorry, guys. I chain 2. But, like, you can just, like, chain 2 with it and, like, pull it out and it doesn't get damaged, which is, like, was always my biggest problem with Sweet Snuggles Light, was, like, if you ever had to, like, scrap anything, it would always damage the yarn. It would always damage it. See? And then you can just rip it out and it's fine. And you just pull it. It's pretty strong. That's like when I got it in originally. And I was like sitting there and I was like trying to beat the crap out of it, like pulling and pulling. I was like, okay, we're doing good. Very minimal shed, which is such a big deal because, like, I know so many people hate shedding. Like, let me show you. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I have something crocheted to it. I never finished her. I had made a little half cardinal, so I could actually make something out of it, and it looks beautiful, but it just has a lot of fuzz on it because it's sat over there. But yeah, it's like literally, it's very strong. I mean, I was seriously so impressed when I got it. I think I was doing a group chat with Pebbles for pattern test. I think it was one of hers, and I was like, look at this yarn, guys, like it's strong. So I'm super excited to have it. I think it will come, like, what is it, like I said, middle of July, something like that. Oh, and I can show you the size difference to Premier and Sweet Snuggles. Okay, well, I have Sweet Snuggles right here, but that's tied to something. Let me I got red right here. This is Premier. Hello, where's the beginning? I'm trying to figure out how I can show you guys this. Okay. So, my gosh, this is gonna be hard. Can you see? It's thicker than the Premier by a little bit because, so technically I had to go for a 7. This is funny. I had to manufacture it to be a size 7 millimeter, whatever, to be the same size as Sweet Snuggles. Just proves you Sweet Snuggles is not the same 6 as everyone else's 6. And then Sweet Snuggles, it's tied up to something. And then here we are. Oh my gosh, that's crappy Sweet Snuggles. Give me a moment. This blue looks bad. Where's the beginning? Okay. So it's pretty much like the same size as Sweet Snuggles Chanel Home Slim, if you can see. Can you see that? It's pretty much close to the same size. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I was like, I want something that's like the same size as Sweet Snuggles. Because while I love Premier and I love all of that stuff, at the same time, like, I think of it for, like, people who are also market prepping, and I know a lot of people like to use a larger weighted yarn opposed to Premier and stuff just because they want it to be a bigger plushie, which I 100% get, and I prefer 2 because it's like all my things are coming out so much smaller now that I'm using Premier. And I use a 5 with Sweet Snuggles, and then I use a 4.5 or a 4 with Premier and Honey Bunny, so they turn out really small, but I really like tight stitches, and I wanted to have something a little bit bigger because I know people want that, and there's really not a yarn comparable size-wise to Sweet Snuggles that's a Chanel, especially now Sweet Snuggles not really being manufactured. Like, I understand. I don't think it's coming back. I don't think it is. If it is, it's going to come back, like, in a long time. And I feel like at that point, maybe there will be other yarn options that people would rather choose. So, yes, I have Jenna the Giraffe. I made the Rocket the Raccoon with the Red Panda. And I have, like, I literally bought all the patterns. So the only one I don't have, look at this. This is actually hilarious. It's pulled up to purchase. I need to purchase the bear. That's the only thing I need to purchase. I think I have everything else. I think I have everything else. So I like have the bunnies. I've made all the bunnies. The unicorn, Jenna giraffe, raccoon panda, and the elephants. So I'm working through it. It's on my list. I even have it. That's a plushie. See? All on this side was all the parts that I needed to do. So the bear is up next. But I was like, I needed to check through because like I feel that I don't have the dragon, the willow, the one, and I really want to make one of those this off season. So I was like, okay, I gotta look at my patterns and make certain that I like for sure don't have that one before I buy the teddy bear, because I definitely have to buy the teddy bear because I so badly wanted to pattern test it, but I've been so absolutely crazy and insane, so I couldn't apply or anything. So it's like I gotta buy it. That's the thing about me. I always tell people, I'm like, even if I don't get selected to pattern test people's patterns, I'm still gonna buy it. Like, I still like the pattern. So I still go out and buy it afterwards. So I still have to buy that one. So I'm very excited to make the bear. I love all of them. I do think the unicorn's my favorite so far, actually, that I've made, because I use the Elise, and then I use some of that variegated pink yarn from Sweet Snuggles Light or whatever it was. So I feel like I like love it. And I weighted it, so I put pellets in its tummy, so it's like hefty. So I love it. But yeah, Premiere is I've gotten pretty accustomed to it. Like, I had to sew when I sewed the whale shark, I've just accepted that like sometimes you just have to use acrylic yarn. So I ended up using acrylic to sew this, because there's no way I would have survived using like Premiere. I think I used Honey Bunny. No, I used Premiere. That's right, because I used Premiere for the body. So I ended up just using acrylic yarn because there was no way I would have survived doing it either. Oh my gosh, guys. Look at the time. But yeah, so it's super easy. You should totally do it. I feel like it would really, like people, I mean, wait, hold up. I'm pretty certain you weight your plushies. I've heard you talk about weighting your plushies. That one dragon you did or something. I know you've weighted your plushies before with the poly pellets and everything, because I'm pretty certain you just made a dragon for somebody. This just shows you that I actually watch people's videos. I'm pretty certain you made a dragon for somebody that had like the weights, because I specifically remember watching that video before I ever did any weighted plushies, and I was like, okay, she told me not to put the weighted pellets in the head. So I did not put weighted pellets in the head. I just put it in the body. So I'm pretty certain you've already done that. But yeah, I put just the poly pellets or whatever. I've been trying to play around a little bit more with weighting my plushies. But then, like, some of the things I've weighted before have been so small that I'm like, really couldn't make a difference. I feel like the things that the poly pellets have made the hugest difference was for clubs. Because clubs can stand on its own, well, with the weights and then the foam. I have this huge foam board. Like, I can't wait to make this new clubs. This sad Victorian goth clubs is really gonna be my newest obsession. I cannot wait to see him sad and goth and black and white and all that. Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember that. That's why it's so funny. I actually met like somebody for the first time this past weekend when I was at my market. That was probably the biggest saving grace of the market, was getting to meet somebody for the first time ever who watched my videos. I have never had that happen before, and it was just crazy. Like, I guess it's so weird because I'm not really like outside of the crochet realm. I don't have any friends. Literally the last time somebody my age or somebody I even would maybe consider a friend text me was about 4 months ago. So I'm like so secluded in myself, which is fine. I enjoy being alone. But it's just so weird, like, because like I see people on YouTube and I see people on Instagram and I like message them and talk to them, and it's just always, I'm always like, when somebody comes up to me in person, this was like the first time it's ever happened. I'm like, it's so weird to think that there are people like on the other side watching you. Like, I'm not used to it. I've been doing social media for like years. But it was the first time I ever had somebody come up to me at the market. And I guess they were like in that area, but they're from like Chattanooga or something in Tennessee. And it was so cool being able to meet someone in person. Like, that was like the saving grace in the market, like meeting that person, because I was just like in shock. And it was really funny because I knew they were legit because they talked about things that like I would like, they knew about the yarn, and I was like, okay, well, I haven't posted about the yarn on Instagram, unless it's just been like little droppies on the stories or whatever, but I have talked about it on my YouTube videos. And then they also talked about the fact that I hate the sound of my like breathing, so I always edit it out. And I was like, okay, you're a real one. You know about the breathing. So it's just so, yeah, that was like the first time ever, and it made my day. It made my weekend. Like, everything else could have been like crumb, but I was like, ugh, oh my god, I can't believe it. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, guys. It's 9:48. I've hardly got anything done tonight. It's fine. I'm fine. But I'll probably end up ending the live because I've been live for, what is it, like an hour and a half. Impressive that I can talk that much. Not really. I do it all the time. I can't stop talking all the time. But yeah, so I'll probably end the live because like I have to get up at 4:30. I'm really used to I've gotten really accustomed to only sleeping for 5.5 hours. When you do it every single day of your life, it's like, it becomes easy, honestly. It becomes a breeze, a dream. At this rate, I'm like, okay, who needs sleep anyway? But yeah, I'll probably end the live because wouldn't that be a responsible thing to do? It's not that bad. Guys, I feel like I have not slept more than 7 hours in about 5 years. So when you do it every day, it's like, okay. And I honestly feel like it's easier for me to wake up early than it is for me to stay up late. I mean, I like automatically get up at 4:30 now. And then of course when I have markets, I usually get up at like 3:30 or sometimes 3. I've gotten up that early for markets and stuff because I have to take care of my horses before going to the market and everything. So it's not that bad when you're used to it. But I would say for like most people, when I tell them that I only get like 5.5 hours of sleep, and I don't sleep well either. I'm not a deep sleeper. Like, there's some people who can just like sleep really deep. I wake up all the time at night and everything. But I've been doing it for so long that like people can't tell. They're like, you have so much energy. I'm like, that's what we call crazy energy. That's not good energy. That's a crazy guy. But I hope you guys enjoy this live. I feel like I definitely went into a little bit of a tangent with the yarn and the tariffs and everything. But the good news is it is coming. I'm so excited for it to come. I want to get these really cute little thank you cards made. Not for me because I can't draw more than a stick figure. So I feel like I'm going to get some really cute thank you cards with Naughty Pony. I really want to see if there's this one person in particular. I think her handle is Meg's Made Plushies. I definitely know it starts with Meg's. I've seen her stuff on Instagram, and I just need to contact her back because I'm really bad about that type stuff, because I want to draw like a rough sketch. But I want to do something cute with like the thank you cards or like Naughty Pony, and maybe have like Sloan and Freya and make like the background like look like a little farm or something, like just like really cute, colorful. So I need to get things like that done, and then I will try and convince myself to start vlogging, because I'll start clearing out everything from my office and getting everything set up. And of course, once the yarn comes, then we'll be doing pack with me videos, probably live streams over there of me packing orders and whatnot. If I get any, I mean, I'm hoping I get any, or I'm gonna have a lot of yarn. I'll have yarn for the rest of my life. But it's gonna be fun. It's just gonna be really, really crazy. It's gonna be like really, really crazy. But I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope this answers some questions for y'all. I think if you guys want to follow it, you can. I haven't really posted anything on it, but I do have the Naughty Pony Instagram that I can tell you guys. I haven't started posting, but I will soon. But if you want to follow it, I literally think it's, yeah, I'm its only follower, but it's Naughty Pony Yarn on Instagram if you guys want to follow it at all. If not, totally chill, slay. I'll post more on it like later on, but I wanted to make certain I got that handle, just like I went ahead and got the website handle, because I wanted to make certain like nobody was gonna take it. Nobody. But I'll be posting on that soon. I want to do some like special things. Like I said, there'll probably be an email list, and probably do like discounts or something. I definitely want to figure out how to do some like PR or giveaways before it gets here, or when it does get here. So I have like a lot. It's gonna be a lot of fun, hopefully. It's gonna be a lot of crazy. It's gonna be a lot of fun, but yeah. So I gotta shut up, because if not, I literally will talk here till like 12 a.m. Like, it's a problem, you guys know. But I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day. And I don't know if I'll go live again or when I'll go live again. This was just really spontaneous. I was feeling a little crazy. What can I say? But I'll see you guys soon. Or you guys know. You guys always know, if you never need to contact me, don't contact me through YouTube. Just message me on Instagram. I reply so much faster on Instagram. I actually look at my messages. YouTube, I'm the worst. But bye, everyone. I hope you guys have a great rest of the night, and get ready. The party's only beginning. Whoop, whoop, whoop. My own little, me and Clubs are gonna have a party. Whoop. Bye, guys. Okay, can I